So guys, what is up? Sorry for not being present the last 3 weeks. I was just so damn busy with school, like almost unbelievable. But anyway, today I'll be filming a whole new video based off of this book. It is called Feeling Good. This book mainly teaches you how to feel good because you're basically not feeling good and you feel depressed, you feel like you don't have enough energy only because of your distorted thinking. Now, I just finished reading this book around like 2 months ago, but I decided to film this video because I found myself going through with this book back and forth every now and then just because of the enormous value that it contains. So I thought to myself, why not shoot a video? Because I'm shooting this video not just to upload it and to put it up, but also because I'd like to rewatch and know more about the contents of this book instead of going through this book over and over again. I'll start off by saying that this book says that you're feeling depressed and you're feeling sad, you feel low down on energy, mostly because of your negative thinking. And it's not just because your problems are real. No, in fact, most of your problems and challenges that you're facing are basically just inside your thoughts. That is why you need to start fixing and really get down to what is causing you to think in a negative way. Because when you think negatively, you start to have negative emotions, which results in negative energy from that. So there are 10 different types of thinking. Each one of them is called a cognitive thinking, which means that I'll be going through 10 different types of thinking and strategies that you can apply to your situation to get the most out of it and to really start feeling good about whatever you're going through. So the first thinking is all or negative thinking. You tend to see things as in black and white. For example, let's say that you have a test and you studied so hard for that test and you failed it. After failing it, you just feel at that very instant moment that your entire life will be a failure just because of based off this test. Or if you're obsessed with cleaning, let's say, you tend to over clean and you tend to really waste so much time doing it just because of your all or nothing thinking. And another example would be when you would be writing down, let's say, a piece of paper where you tend to really try to get the most out of it and make it so perfect that you end up feeling kind of upset that you're not capable of doing that. The second one is overgeneralization. Over here, you tend to see failures and defeats as never-ending cycles, and you basically just doom yourself to failure. The third one is called mental filter. Mental filter is when you see a negative out a bunch of positives. You tend to disqualify the good things that are happening and just see that one single bad thing that has happened to you, and you tend to become so obsessed with it that it starts ruining your mood and affecting your energy. For example, you could say that you would be getting straight A's in every single course and really getting so many good grades, but there's this one single course where you got, let's say, a C or a D. You tend to be so annoyed and that you even become kind of depressed and sad. Number 4 is disqualifying the positives. You tend to see your wins as being something that don't really count for whatever reason that you're having. Number 5 is when you tend to jump to conclusions, which is jumping to conclusions basically. Now this one is one of my favorites. Over here you tend to create problems that don't really exist, and you tend to do that based on whatever you're feeling at that current moment. So let's say you're feeling down, therefore you're gonna start predicting and feeling that the end will be bad in some way, and this is all just jumping to conclusions, and you're not really basing it off any facts, but you feel like you have already established facts and that the ending will be terrible in some way. Number 6 is magnification or minimization. Now over here you tend to magnify and just overqualify a problem and make it seem like a very big deal when it shouldn't be. Number 7 is emotional reasoning. Over here you tend to when you feel bad, you start feeling like the ending will be bad, and you just assume since that you're feeling down, therefore you kind of deserve it, or that there's something wrong going on with your life, and it just cripples down your entire mood. Number 8 is the should statements. You start placing should statements such as I should do this, I should do that, and all this is doing is that you're placing so much pressure on yourself that you tend to make yourself feel kind of upset, frustrated, and just angry towards others when things don't go your way. And this results in so much guilt and so much resentment that you just don't want that. Number 9 is labeling and mislabeling. Now here basically you're just labeling yourself as a failure for just failing a test, or you feel worthless just because you got fired from your job. The last one, which is number 10, is called personalization. Over here you tend to make yourself feel guilty and feel down just because of something externally that is happening. It's not necessarily your fault, you just tend to feel overwhelmed and kind of feel guilty as to why it's happening to you. So there you have it. These are the 10 types of different cognitive distortions and different cognitive thinkings. Now it is very important and very crucial that you understand why your brain and why you're thinking what you're thinking, because basically if you can understand why you're feeling what you're feeling, you can start implementing and understanding the situation and diving down to what really is causing the root problem. This is something that is so important and something that will really help you so much. Now once again, this is because once you start understanding why you're feeling what you're feeling, you will be able to control your thinking and therefore be able to control your mood and be in a better state. Another important thing is to understand why we procrastinate, because the author mentions that it's super important that you get your way around procrastination, understand why you procrastinate. Now, one of the reasons why we all procrastinate is that we tend to wait for some magical inspiration and some magical motivation to just kick in, and therefore, after we have this kind of magical motivation, we'll be able to start doing the work. This is a completely false notion and a terrible idea to have. That is because motivation and inspiration only come during work. Let me repeat myself again. Motivation and inspiration only come during work, and it doesn't come before it. Once you understand this, you'll be able to start any task, and while you're doing this task, you will start having more motivational and inspirational thoughts that will just help you move forward. Thanks a lot for watching and sticking to the end. If you have any questions, please comment them down below and I'll be sure to answer you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.